All right, this is the Lakers vs. Warriors recap. The Lakers lose 123-116. Everyone, go watch my video about my prediction for the game. It almost happened, and I wish I was wrong, but it almost happened to a T, down to a T. I predicted the Lakers would win by 10 to 15. And I also said they'll lose by 5. There's no in between. I said that if the Lakers play Golden State's game, the Lakers will lose. If the Lakers try to outshoot Golden State, they'll lose. If the Lakers decide to go small, they play Jackson Hayes 15 minutes with no other center, they lose. Let me ask you guys this. If the Lakers were playing in Golden State, would they go into Golden State with a game plan of, hey guys, all we have to do is just shoot more threes than them and make more threes than them and we'll win? Well, do you think that they would be that stupid to go into Golden State with that mentality? That's what scares me about this Laker team. The Lakers are obviously better than Golden State. Obviously. I think that, did they lose last night? Yes. If I'm not mistaken, they beat them 3 out of 4 times this year already. And in all fairness to the Lakers regarding last night, it's hard to beat a team 4 out of 4 times. It's tough. Golden State is a good team. And therefore, even if you match up well with them, it's hard to beat a team 4 out of 4 times. So, I'm not trying to be overtly harsh with the Lakers. What I am saying is the iteration of the Lakers that we are seeing now with Luka is different than the iteration with Anthony Davis. With Anthony Davis, we would have won the game last night. And I don't say that to say, I wish we had Anthony Davis back. I say that to articulate the point that I was pushing yesterday. Golden State likes playing small. Therefore, don't go small. Why are you playing small against them? That's what they want you to do. They do not want you to beat them up in the paint. The only time we felt quasi in control of the game was in the first quarter up to about 9-10 minutes left in the first quarter. When we had Jackson Hayes in the game, LeBron at the power forward, Luka was playing point with Austin Reeves, and Rui, 6'8", 6'9" Rui, was at small forward. Huge lineup. We were in control of the game up to that point. They pulled Jackson Hayes. At some point, they put in Goodwin and Gabe Vincent. And I'm just sitting there thinking, why do teams keep giving Golden State an out? Why are teams so now what's the word I'm looking for? So reactive instead of being proactive? Why is JJ Reddick playing right into what Golden State wants to do? And then he's acting like, there's nothing I could do about it. I mean, they went small. What am I supposed to do? Go big. You see, that's the problem when you live in a world in which you live by a dogma, by a strict set of rules that says, just get up as many three-pointers as you can, fellas. Look, I'm going to explain something to you real quick. Certain things defend themselves. Turnovers defend themselves. Three-pointers defend themselves. Layups do not defend themselves. Free throws do not defend themselves. What do I mean by that? This is what I mean. If Gabe Vincent and Dorian Finney-Smith get 23-point shots, you'll be happy. Scratch that. Let's say they get 20 relatively wide 3-point shots. You would be happy if they made 9 or 10 of them. That's 50%. Right? If they get 20 layups, you'd be angry. If they were wide open layups, you would be angry if they did not make all 20 of them. Why? Because no matter what you do, you ain't going to shoot but so good from 3-point. So, if you could, a smart team could put you in a box. And before you even know you're in the box, you done lost the game. Stats, right? 55% of the Lakers' shots were 3-pointers. Is that a game plan? Is that a game plan? Or is that what the other team wanted you to do? Mind you, you're playing Golden State. Golden State wanted your stupid ass to shoot 55 3-point. They wanted your stupid ass to make the 55% of your total shots 3-pointers. Thank you. That's what Golden State said. Appreciate it. Thank you for looking at us and our small team and doing exactly what we needed you to do for us to win that game. That's what Golden State did yesterday. We shot 47 3-pointers. Golden State shot 42. They made 45% of theirs. We made 38% of ours. At some point in time, JJ Reddick is going to have to bring in his superstars and make them play as a part of an offense. Michael Jordan, arguably the greatest offensive player ever, played as a part of the triangle offense. Because free reign is not the way to go. Heat checks and pull up threes, and it is not the way to go. Value the ball, value the possessions. Rui played great. Played fantastic. Yeah, who else? Look. Our bench scored 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 points. 7 points. And Dalton Connect got no run. Look, JJ Reddick, listen to me, man. I know you won't because nobody watches this channel. but hear me out, man. If you're going to have your team shoot 47 threes, 55% of your shots are threes, how is Dalton Connect not in the game? You played small against Golden State. You obviously don't really care about defense that much. How is Dalton Connect not in the game? You keep looking to these guys. Yo, look. Dorian Finney-Smith, Jarrett Vanderbilt, Gabe Vincent, Jordan Goodwin. They got ceilings, man. If you're not scoring, these aren't the guys to help you. Can they get hot a game or two here or there? Yes, they can. But if you're not scoring, these are not the guys to help you. The guy that could help you is Dalton Connect. And you refuse to play him because, shit, man, I don't know why. I don't get it. You know, you keep using his superficial fans keep saying this. Oh, his defense. We can't trust his defense. And I repeat again, if we lost Anthony Davis, in my opinion, the best defensive player in the NBA, and our defense improved. Why? Because we're playing a team defense. And team defense beats one great player on defense any day of the week. As is offense beats a good team offense beats one good offensive player every day of the week. JJ Reddick, you need to get off of your dogma regarding offense and shooting threes, and regarding playing players who you need and who deserve to play. Look, I like Jordan Goodwin. I'm not saying that there's not a role for him in the NBA. What I'm saying is your team is flawed, man. You need to find something that could get you over. Jordan Goodwin ain't getting you over. Gabe Vincent ain't getting you over. Jarrett Vanderbilt, he's a little different. Dorian Finney-Smith ain't getting you over. You got one player on your team outside of LeBron, Luka, Austin Reeves, and I might would throw Rui in there, who has the ability to take the team to the next level. And that's Dalton Knecht. Dalton Knecht is Tyler Hero. He's Tyler Hero. One day, Dalton Knecht will be as good, plus or minus, maybe, I don't know, maybe a little bit less, maybe a little bit more. He'll be somewhere in the range that you see Tyler Hero right now. But JJ Reddick, you're stifling that because he is a rookie. Because he is on a low scale pay. And because you could afford to do this to this guy. Nobody's going to trip if you bench Dalton Knecht. Y'all keep pushing that narrative that his defense is so bad. It is nothing but a BS narrative. His defense is not that bad. It's not bad enough that he shouldn't be playing in this game tonight. Again, you shoot 47 3-pointers and Dalton Knecht doesn't shoot one? Look, JJ, you either come up with a good offensive scheme, right? Come up with a triangle offense. Come up with something that justifies you leaving Dalton Knecht out the game, or else stop BSing yourself and the fans. You have to you have to choose something, man. Because this thing where you're leaving everything in the middle, right? Where it's just up to your superstars to do whatever the hell they want. That is not going to work against a good, disciplined team. It's not going to work. Luka had a bad game last night, and the logic is, oh, well, tonight against New Orleans, we'll look for him to have a really good game. He should. And if he were to go out and score 55 points, people would be applauding. No, don't applaud that. Applaud Luka getting 55 points in a system. The Lakers have no system. Man, I've had this channel. I've been putting videos on this channel for about 9 days straight now. And I'm repeating some of the same crap over and over and over again. And I'm going to have to keep repeating it because no one watches this channel, which I'm not tripping about. I need to get better equipment and get some of this background noise out and stuff like that. But I'm not sure how to do that yet. The point is, I'm repeating the same thing over and over and over again, and I'm starting to notice that every time I have to repeat it, I'm getting louder and louder and louder. Because I have rarely to ever seen a team that has the same issues happen over and over and over again. Right? And really, this goes back a couple of years. Look, if you're playing Golden State, right, the answer is not to play small. The answer is to play big. If you're playing Cleveland, I could see how you could play smaller because they're so huge. So I could see how you could play smaller, right? It's a part of a plan. It's a part of a scheme. But 55% of your shots from three is not a part of any plan or scheme. If you're shooting 55% of your shots from three, then you had no scheme. Your team has no discipline. Because if you did, you would not have 55% of your shots come from three against Golden State. And when I say against Golden State, What I mean is they play small and everybody knows it. And you went into the game expecting to play as small as them. And you got Golden State over there saying, thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you, JJ. You could have played big, beat us up in the middle, but you're a three-point cult leader. Right? And therefore, you could not think anywhere outside of... You probably went back and told your players, oh, good game. You guys got up 47 threes. 55% of your shots were threes. Anybody could get threes, man. They guard themselves. You give LeBron, you give Luka, especially last night. You give LeBron, you give Luka, you give Dorian Finney-Smith, you give Gabe Vincent, you give any of them relatively open three-pointers, and they're not going to shoot any better than 40%. 45% maybe. A hot game, they might hit 50. You give any of those players equivalently open layups, they're going to hit 100% of them. I'm not saying that to say the three-pointer is a bad shot. I'm saying that to say that if you had a defensive scheme, which the Lakers exploited earlier once they traded Anthony Davis, then you would acknowledge that a three-pointer defends itself somewhat. An open three-pointer defends itself. You aren't going to shoot but so good from three. And an open layup does not defend itself. An open layup is not a function of whether you get hot or cold. Neither are free throws. Do you guys understand what I'm saying? It's the Lakers are working against themselves. This is loser stuff. I said it before, I'll say it again. The Lakers got a loser gene in them. Look, when you go into a game against Golden State, what are you saying? Are you just start with the basics? Where do we want our shots from? The answer at the beginning of damn near every game should be we want to get to the basket and get free throws. Layups and free throws. Right? Well, let's say that they got a man in the middle and he's stopping your penetration. You can't get any layups. Then we'll kick it out for the three and we hoped, okay, well that's a scheme. You see? The Lakers got no scheme, man. They got none. And game after game after game, they have none. You know? And this is on JJ, man. You know, I'll say something else too. This is what gets me angry about Rob Pelinka. If you have one player in the middle who could make Golden State pay. One player, man. They want to throw out a lineup with Draymond Green in it? Okay. We got this 6'11" dude who, when he gets it in the post, he's going to score on him every time. And people, you know, you guys do to Jahlil Okafor what you do to Dalton Connect. You put him in a box so you don't have to play him, so you don't have to pick him up, so you don't have to look at him. Dude, Jahlil Okafor was a beast in the middle when he was a rookie. A beast. 20 and 10 player. Might have been 18.9 and 10 if I remember correctly. 18.9 points per game, 10 rebounds per game in his rookie year. Beast. I've rarely seen a center with such uncanny moves. Dude reminded me of Kevin McHale. If the Lakers had that last night, they win the game. But Rob Pelinka is not going to go get Jahlil Okafor. You know why? Jahlil Okafor has been blackballed. Jahlil Okafor has a bad reputation right now. Jahlil Okafor is very easy to make a joke out of. Very similar to what was going on with JaVale McGee for many years. JaVale McGee was a good, serviceable center, and he was made a joke and not given an opportunity to the extent that he was available in free agency once we traded for Anthony Davis, and we had to fill out our roster after the Paul George signing didn't work out. And what I'm hearing a lot of right now is people who don't understand the game speaking on it, and I believe that JJ Reddick, Rob Pelinka, and some of these other people actually watch these people talk. They actually, what is Laker Nation saying? What's safe? What can we do that's not going to bring too much heat onto us? Well, they want this, so if we go get that and it doesn't work out, they can't blame us because they wanted it too. That's what I'm seeing a lot of. And that is not going to work. That's not going to work for the Lakers. You can't do that. The Lakers have to be proactive. They have to be forward thinking. They have to have vision. And I'm telling you, man, the fact that we could not find... Look, man, if you had a center last night who could make 5 to 10 footers like clockwork, the Lakers win the game. It's not even an issue. The whole freaking offense changes. You don't shoot 47 threes. You might shoot 30. Your percentage is not going to be, I think they shot 43% last night. It'll be 50-something%. The whole freaking game changes. And no one respects the value of a good post player anymore. Not if it's a center. Luka could back up and shoot some bull crap. LeBron could back up and shoot some bull crap. No one's going to say anything. When it's a center, people act like, yo, I just don't want to see that. I don't care if it's effective. I don't want to see it. And it's blowing my mind about this team, man. I mean, don't be so dogmatic that you can't do what you need to do to win. We just had another game. We won the game. And you'll see it in one of my videos. But we won the game. But in that game, we shot 51% of our shots were threes. I think that was against Houston. And I knew then it was an issue. And I got it titled in one of my videos. Go back and watch it. Because I'm telling y'all, the three-pointer shows no discipline. It shows no plan. Right? If you had a high school team playing a good high school team, they might could get up, 47 three-pointers. Anybody could do that, man. And that's what, it just blows my mind that, you play Golden State and that's what you come up with? Is that the best you got, JJ? You don't recognize the fault in that? In playing that way? Come on, man. Look, I'm gonna end this video because I'm about to just I think I might have been repeating myself over and over and over again. Look, man, you gotta grow and you gotta be better than the last time, man. You got to keep growing, man. And I'm not seeing any growth. What I'm seeing is a way to... It's almost like we're hunting for a way to stay in this box. Right? We made a box and we're trying to find a way to stay in that box. What's funny is there was a moment when I knew I was getting old. I'm 47. And I knew I was getting old because, I've been in the military and I've been working and everything. I got out of the music scene, whatever. And then all of a sudden I heard that an artist I like was dropping a new album. And so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go get this new album. And so I went to the mall, or I was thinking about going to the mall, and I was like, yo, where's the music stores? Where am I supposed to get this CD? Yo, the whole world had changed to streaming right under my nose, man. And I don't know what the hell happened, but I was living in my box, and some kind of way it just got away from me. And I was like, yo, how the hell are people listening to music nowadays? And I'd heard of Spotify, and I heard of Apple Music, and I heard the term streaming, but I didn't, I was like, they stream, I'm just going to stick to, my CDs and whatnot. And that's the mode I was in. And this happened so fast. Over like a 2 or 3 year period, I hadn't bought CDs, man. I hadn't bought any music. The people I liked weren't making music anymore. So I literally had to go and ask people, hey man, and it was embarrassing. Hey man, how the hell how am I supposed to use these streaming services again? All you do is blah blah blah, this, that, and the other. And you know what? I was pissed initially. I was pissed. I was like, oh man, this is so corny. People are so corny. CDs were great. Why would you? Yo man, it's old man talk, man. Just being stuck in your ways is some old man-ish. You know what I'm saying? And so I finally got streaming, and it's like so much better. So much better than lugging a big old case or folder or whatever with 300 CDs in it, and you got to put them in alphabetical order, and you got to flip through them in order to listen to them in your car. I mean, so much better, right? And that's my point to JJ. That's my point to you, man. I heard you one game. You were coaching, and you said to the players, "Okay, this guy's out. Whip the ball around and just bomb threes." I heard that, and I was like, "Yo, dude, I don't care if you're the coach, an NBA coach for the Los Angeles Lakers or not. That is some of the dumbest coaching I ever heard in my life. Just bomb threes." That's what the dude said. Yo, whatever he believes, whatever he thinks is wonderful, come off of it, man. Come off of it and get with the times and get with what's going on right now. Like me with them damn CDs. Stop being an old man. Stop being stubborn. Right? And get with what's going on right now. Last night, in that game last night, if you thought shooting 55% of your shots is 3-pointers was the right thing for you to do, I have a hard time believing that was your game plan and you think that was good. I have a hard time believing that. And going forward, JJ Reddick cannot be a detriment to this team. Can't do it. I like what he's done on defense, but on offense, man, he got 2 guys I believe he's afraid to talk to. And that's where your nuts show. That's where your nuts show. Not on defense. Everybody knows you got to play defense, and you have to be somewhat of a disciplinarian on defense. But on offense, when you got 2 guys like LeBron and Luka, somebody got to put the reins on these cats. Either the coach got to be a disciplinarian and say it, or the coach has to be a coach and institute a system that puts governors on those players. Again, the beauty of the triangle. Again, the beauty of Magic Johnson. Magic Johnson was the system. Magic Johnson ensured everybody got theirs and the team was moving properly. In Chicago, the triangle was the system. and ensured the ball got certain places and hit certain points before it went up. The Lakers got none of that. None of it. And they need it. They need it really bad. And they got, I think we're getting past the point where Luka is in his honeymoon phase, where they're trying to acclimate to one another. I think here in a minute, in about 3 more days and 3 more games, you're going to know that this is what the Lakers are. This is what they do. And if what they do is shoot up 51% of their shots as threes against Houston and 55% of their shots as threes against Golden State, this team is not going anywhere. They're not going anywhere. They will not beat Golden State in the first round if that is what they do. If we get matched up again. No, they won't beat anyone in the first round if that is what they do. It's not sustainable. Anyway, this is Pure Uncut Lakers. Please like and subscribe. Yeah, man, I keep saying this about this channel is I'm not speaking I'm not speaking like other people speak. I don't have to have a filter. I don't have to have a filter. I have no audience. This is just therapy for me. It's therapeutic to talk about this. But I also come from lived in Pomona, California until I was 14. And I left in 1991, 92. I grew up on the Showtime Lakers. And I've been a Laker fan since about 1983, 82 maybe. I remember crying when the Lakers lost to Boston in 1984. I've seen all kinds of iterations, man, of the Lakers. And I'm not saying I know any more or less than anybody else. But I do believe I have a perspective that is different. Kind of very different. And there is a lot of soft talk surrounding this Laker team right now. I like the Kamenetsky brothers. I like Trevor Lane. I like a lot of those guys, but there is a fluff about what they're saying that is it gives me anxiety, man. That's why I had to get on and make these videos. That's why I call it pure and uncut. Because, you don't have to have that fluff. And once the Lakers, not that they're listening, nobody's listening to me, but once the Lakers, understand this, they're going to reach heights, championship level heights. That's what they'll do. And it's just, like sometimes, and I tell my kids this all the time, you could be so positive that you're delusional. What's the point in that? Okay, yeah, positivity. Yeah, I'm all for positivity. But you could be so positive sometimes that you're delusional. You could almost say somebody who has a gambling problem is so positive that they're delusional. Sometimes you got to stop and assess what the heck you just did. And then say, yo, we don't need to do that. We're not doing that anymore. And then move on and be better the next time. That's what you do. Hey, man, I've been drunk off of certain things so bad where I'm like, yo, I'm not doing that anymore. I like alcohol. I like how it tastes. But man, I have a drink or two and that's it. I'm not doing that anymore. Don't feel good. It didn't work out for me. I get negative results. I'm stopping crap. Now I'm at the point in my life where I stop doing stuff that doesn't feel good, that doesn't have good outcomes. And that's what pisses me off about the Lakers. They don't stop doing stuff that don't feel good, that don't have good outcomes. And they need, when they get to that point, look, man, I was just watching something. BJ Armstrong, guard for the Bulls. He was on one of the three-peats with the Bulls. He said, "Man, we practice so hard and so intense. You guys have no idea. Would they have done that if they thought, or if the final result was not a championship? If they thought they weren't going to win a championship, or thought they couldn't win a championship, would they practice like that? Probably not." I am tired of people jockeying Michael Jordan. I'm tired of it. I was annoyed of it in the 90s. I'm tired of it, right? But there is no doubt in my mind that he had that team working harder than every other team in the NBA in that era. The Knicks might have worked as hard or harder. I'll say that. Well, I mean, Jerry Sloan was a pretty tough coach too, man. But yeah, there's no doubt in my mind that he was not only the greatest player in the NBA at the time, but probably the hardest working too. And that's what you do, because the result, it bore fruit. You got good fruit from that. And, you know, when you see the Lakers do what they do and refuse to change, right, it makes you wonder, what do they believe? What do they believe they can do? Because if you believe you could win a title, you will be fixing some of this crap so that you could win a title. And see, I don't see JJ Reddick doing that. One, I don't see him doing it with the offense. Props on the defense. I don't see him doing it with the offense. That's one. Two, I don't see him acknowledging that the guys he has coming off the bench, if they give you a great game, they just gave you one great game. That is generally the exception, not the rule. There is one guy on your bench who has the ability to give you a great game 3 out of 4 or 5 games. 3 out of 4, every 4 or 5 games, he got the potential to do that. That's Dalton Connect. You got flaws. Are you willing to eat your pride, eat your dogma, and play this guy over these guys? Especially in a game in which you shoot 55 of your shots from 3. I mean, it blows my mind, man. It makes no sense. If his plan was to go in there and beat Golden State up in the middle, I would say nothing about him not playing Dalton Connect. That was not the plan, obviously. And if it was, you need to take these guys out and practice with them. Because I ain't see it. No one saw it. Anyway, yo, this is Pure Uncut Lakers. Like and subscribe. And I'll see you. I'll probably do a prediction video later on today. And I'll see you tonight or tomorrow after the game. Bye.